Taskmaster Australia. That's right, we're back thanks to Season 1's eye-wateringly high ratings and the credit card I lent to a Channel 10 executive with a gambling debt. My name's Tom Gleeson, and for the next few months I rise. Much like the Holy Trinity, I may be Tom, I may be Gleeson, but I am also something else. I hover above those trivial earthly designations and I become the Taskmaster. Over the next 10 episodes, we'll watch 5 comedians complete a series of tasks that may seem silly to you but are of utmost importance to me. I will grant points based on how badly they displease me, and the series winner will win something previously only possible if I'd gone back in time and kissed Midas on the mouth. It's this statue of my perfect head. I love you, little buddy. The 5 comedians who find themselves here either due to availability or a deep need to make themselves relevant again are Edmonds, Jenny Tian, Josh Thomas, Lloyd Langford and Wil Anderson. Last to be introduced for both logistical and emotional reasons, my assistant, Tom Cashman. G'day, Lesser Tom. I guess I should ask you how you are or some shit like that. How are you?
Oh, I had a bit of an issue at a restaurant last night.
OK.
After I ate, I asked the waiter to pass on my compliments to the chef, and then I asked if the chef had any compliments for me.
You don't expect any compliments from me.
OK.
All right, Tom, remind me how we start this.
As always, we start with a prize task. Tonight, our contestants have been asked to bring in what they consider to be the thing that most doesn't look like what it is called. And the thing that most doesn't look like what it is called will receive 5 points, second best 4 points and so on. And the winner of tonight's episode will take home all 5 prizes.
OK, the thing that most doesn't look like what it is called. Always good to start a season with clarity. Anne, what have you got?
I brought in sea monkeys.
Yeah. So what do you think a sea monkey would look like?
Just a monkey in bathers, goggles, having a deep dive and a good time, you know.
Well, that looks nothing like that.
No, it doesn't, so I'm winning already.
All right, Jenny, what have you got?
Yeah, so I have brought in a video of a particular thing. So that looks like drowning, but...
Right.
But the official term for that is actually squirting.
Right.
So the winner of this episode can go and squirt.
So that's called squirt boating, when you get your boat underwater and it squirts out of the water.
Yeah, exactly.
In the water.
Wow,
squirts.
You're actually making sense of this.
Yeah, I know. It's because the name kind of sounds like what it is.
Yeah.
All right, Josh, what have you brought in?
Chlamydia.
Oh.
I brought it in because chlamydia is very bad, right? It hurts genitals and koalas, which are 2 things that everybody loves.
Yeah.
But the word chlamydia is quite beautiful, I think. Like, if I said to you, please welcome Princess Chlamydia, and you didn't know what chlamydia was, you'd think, well, I'm excited to meet her. If I said, this is my puppy, Chlamydia, you'd be like, oh, cute puppy. Do you have any examples?
Well, exactly. If you had, like, a bunch of flowers and you were like, these are chlamydias, I'd be like, oh, wow, thank you for the chlamydias.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
That's really helpful.
But just to...
What?
Well... You said if you don't know what the word means. But that works for every word. That works for squirt, boat, sea monkeys, because you don't know what the words mean. So your criteria works for anything at all.
No, I got it wrong, yeah.
Yeah.
Somewhere in my head I changed it to sounds like, but it's not what it. That's not what it is.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that Jenny got 2 points.
Lloyd, what do you have?
I brought in a priest.
It doesn't look like a priest, Lloyd.
Exactly.
Oh.
So that is called a priest, generally, and it is used for killing fish.
OK.
Sea monkeys?
Oh, yeah, you could have a sea monkey genocide with one of those.
So it's used for fish killing. Is it a Welsh thing?
No, you can kill fish wherever you like.
And finally, Will, what did you bring in?
Shortbread. Like, there it is. Absolutely delicious, but it's not bread, is it?
Okay.
My local sandwich shop, they'll give you a white bread, a multigrain bread, a rye bread. Here's what they won't give you.
I don't know. When you made it into a sandwich, it made it look more like bread.
Yeah.
It looked less like bread before you made it a sandwich.
Yeah, my point.
It just seems like shortbread to me. That seems like bread but short. And I don't want it to seem like I'm lashing out because my chlamydia was bad, but...
Yes, but to use your criteria, Josh, if you didn't know what bread was or what the word short meant, you'd have no idea that was
But we didn't use
shortbread.
that criteria because that criteria is famously wrong.
But by your criteria, that's chlamydia.
If you said, do you want this sandwich, it's a chlamydia, I'd think, yum. I'm lost.
All right, well, I can help you find yourself, Josh. You've got 1 point. 2 points go to Jenny.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm going to give 3 points to Will. He did make the point that before it was a sandwich, it didn't look like bread. And your sea monkeys look nothing like monkeys in bathers at the beach. That's a fair point. 4 points to Anne.
Thank you very much.
And although priests can be equally menacing, they look nothing like a baseball bat. So 5 points to Lloyd. All right, Lesser Tom, shall we get into the real stuff? I'm still calling you Lesser Tom this season, by the way. Just to be clear, it's because you're lesser than me.
Okay.
Yeah, in every way.
That was coming through.
Yeah, like profile, talent.
Correct.
Yeah.
Call me what you like.
Financially. Like in every way.
Call me what you like. I am emotionally robust, though I will say a lesser Tom might develop a chip on his shoulder.
Trebuchet.
Hey, baby girl.
Hi, Josh.
Whoa, balloon time.
It's a seagull and some goggles and a helmet.
Careful of that spike.
Oh, shit! This looks like a lot of fuss.
Thank you, Tom. Fish and chips.
Maybe.
Yummy.
All right. OK.
Whilst wearing your seagull helmet, fill your basket with hot chips.
If a hot chip touches the floor, you can't put it in your basket.
If a chip that isn't a hot chip enters your basket, you must discard the existing hot chips within it.
You may not leave the lab.
Most hot chips in the basket wins.
You have 8 minutes. Your time starts when you put your seagull helmet on.
So some of these have hot chips in them.
I hope so, for your sake. Maybe step out from under.
Okay.
All right, so basically you pop the balloons, you get chips fall out. If you catch any non-chips, you start again.
Yep.
Whose attempt are we dining on first?
No small fries themselves. First up, it's Jenny and Lloyd.
That looks like it has hot chips in it. How am I going to do this?
You need to get them in the...
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yes! I got some. What's that, cork? I thought I'd just been short. Oh, microchips, you dog. I think these are chips.
Empty your basket.
Flip.
Oh man, I'm not allowed like a chair or anything.
That's a bit of wood. Shit!
Oh, I got some shit.
Pull that out, please.
That's sort of metaphor for my life, this.
What's the metaphor exactly?
Failure.
You enjoying watching this?
Yeah.
You just smug little smile.
Empty your basket.
Oh, I got a tiny chip.
Now I know how JFK felt.
8 seconds.
Result.
How many do you have?
I have one chip.
2 chips.
If you had your time again, would you take a different approach?
I would not agree to be on this show.
Thanks, Jenny.
Okay, bye.
Jenny, do you reckon height might have been an issue?
Yeah, I jumped a lot. Did you see how much I jumped there?
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
really physically exhausting. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it made a difference.
We adjusted the balloons for each contestant so
Okay.
that there was less than a bird helmet gap between each contestant's head and the balloons.
Okay.
Oh.
All right. Now, Lloyd, why did you feel like JFK? I get it because of its irreverence, but I don't actually understand what you meant.
Well, it was the unexpected loud explosions around my head.
Yeah, but after that, he felt dead.
I felt dead when I looked in the basket and I only had 2 chips. I was like, there's a conspiracy. Is there a second seagull?
All right, well, you and Anne are a couple and you have a child, like at your kids' parties.
It's not his. It's Will's.
Okay.
To be honest, I looked down the panel and thought, it's probably mine.
Okay, so at your children's parties, is there cocaine in the balloons and DNA tests?
I think...
Sorry, you're still processing the news from Anne, aren't you? So what are the stats so far?
Well, we have Jenny on 1 chip and Lloyd had 2 chips and 2 little chip crumbs, but 2 little chip crumbs, they're not chips, so 2 chips.
Who are we forcing an unflattering helmet on next, Tom?
There are a couple of chips off the odd block, assuming both of them have parents who are popular comedians. It's Anne and Josh.
And some of these aren't chips.
Well, we'll see. Oh, careful with the...
Yeah. You're always obsessed with this. Was that a chip?
Yeah, wood chip. What are you doing?
I didn't know that it said I had to pop them with the helmet. I just have to wear the helmet.
That's chips. That's chips.
That's chips. Not in the basket.
No, it's not really.
No!
Tip it out.
I know.
One chip.
1 chip.
That was chips.
That's chips.
Sometimes I wish you were more proud of me.
Okay.
Tom, can you go and get me some scissors?
You want some scissors?
Yes, please. Go.
Okay.
Oh, I've got quite a few. It starts becoming a gamble, doesn't it? Because you think, should I take the risk?
Yeah.
Yes, that's what I need. There we go. Yes.
The thing about this is I'm getting better at it.
Possibly chips. That's not even chips.
Oink oink pictures, I guess, as I've always said. That was 2 in a row.
Yeah.
There was such drama, and sometimes you're just so blank.
What's that? Am I stuck in the wall?
You're slightly stuck in the plastic.
That's all right. That's chips. So I'm going to get a bit compromised here.
I actually don't think there are any chips left.
How are you feeling?
Good.
Okay.
Yeah. Feeling pretty in control of everything. Yeah, pretty happy.
Maybe take the helmet off.
How?
Yeah, he's stuck in the plastic.
Yes. Bye-bye.
Anne, did you get snagged on the way out?
I don't know. I've always thought about myself there's something fundamentally wrong with me, and this show has proved it.
Well, you're lucky the task wasn't get out of this room. So just to be clear, like pulling the balloons off the roof and tearing them open, that's fine?
There was nothing saying that you couldn't touch the balloons or take them down from where they were affixed.
Now, Josh, it was a very needy performance from you, I felt. Like, you're doing well.
Oh, my God.
Now, How are you doing well, but then you're worried about getting feedback? What was that about?
From him?
Yeah.
Oh, babe, you don't know what it's like out there. In that plastic-wrapped room, and the only person you have to talk to is him, who's like, he's sort of a person, but he's not really a person. I don't want to sound like I'm trying to host the show, but I would actually really like to know how many chips... I want to know how many chips I got versus how many chips she got. I noticed a lot of hers were mushy, and I thought I might bring that up later.
Gonna throw me under the bus.
Some of Anne's chips were mushy, so we took that into consideration while counting.
Thank you,
Okay.
Tom.
I felt good about that, yeah, I just...
Yep.
We don't need feedback, by the way.
All right. Josh, you collected 31 chips.
Whoa, that's great.
And Anne, on top of the $40 worth of damage she did to our plastic curtain, 40 chips.
All right, Tom, there's only one left, correct?
Did you know there was a television show in the 80s called Chips? I didn't, but this next contestant probably did because he's older than everyone else. It's Wil Anderson.
This is a fun thing to do, but I'm not really sure how to do it. Now it's just about trying to actually, catch some of the hot chips when they come to, I don't know what that was, Tom. No. I mean, it feels like I'm going to slip on that sauce, by the way, which feels like an occupational health and safety issue.
Yeah,
but
be careful of the sauce.
I have no control over what's happening
You have
here.
no control.
Like
Careful
this.
of the sauce.
Thanks, Mum. What was that? Yeah. This voucher is for one large serving of hot chips. Your chips will be delivered in 2 minutes. Much time do I have to go?
2 minutes and 35 seconds.
Can I get those hot chips delivered in 2 minutes?
Would you like to redeem it?
Yes, please.
All right. One hot chips coming right up.
Thank you. Hey, Tom.
Yeah.
I've got another one here, actually.
Okay.
I feel like I've got time to redeem that one as well, please.
Okay.
That would be great. Thank you. Oh, shit. That would have been handy, but I feel like I don't have time if it says 2 minutes again.
2 large servings of hot chips.
Thank you. Can I have these in my basket?
Sure.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay. Thanks, Tom.
Thanks, Will.
Can I go?
Yeah, maybe I'll take the chips.
Yeah, you want the... You've got to be careful with that sauce, man. Can I honestly tell you the best thing about it was the whole way through, Tom had been so patronising to me because I'm the old guy with bad hips. So he's like, oh, don't slip on the chips, old man, don't slip. And then, like, at the end, woo!
In case you were curious why there was a safety mat down for some of them and some not, that's why.
I suspect I know who the winner is, but what are the stats?
Will had 332 chips. That means Jenny takes home 1 point, Lloyd with 2, Josh 3, Anne 4, and Will wins the task with 5 points.
All right, what does that mean for our episode score?
Well, very exciting. The parents of Anne and Lloyd's baby, Anne and Will, are both out front on 8 points.
All right, Tom, what's next on that iPad of yours?
I would tell you if I only had a brain. That's a reference to The Wizard of Oz, a movie from 1939. Oh. Will gets it. This one's about scarecrows. Hi, Jenny.
Hey, Tom.
Hello, Tom. How are you doing, my friend?
I'm okay.
Quite musty in there.
Oh, you reckon?
Ugh.
Trumpet.
I'm feeling good about this.
Is that a murder?
I'm not sure how many have to be together to be a murder.
Maybe just aggravated assault.
Build the scariest scarecrow. You have 30 minutes. Your time starts now.
What's scary to you?
Not having enough food in the fridge.
What happens if you don't have enough food in the fridge?
No, I have to go out and buy it. It's an absolute nightmare every day of my life until I die.
So you just got to build a scary scarecrow. Seems pretty straightforward, thank goodness. Who's first?
He's got an unnecessary L in his name. Will he cop an unnecessary L in this task? It's Lloyd Langford.
have to sort that out. I think I'm going to put them in like a thong as well.
Starting to look more like a nappy.
Well, incontinence can be scary.
Why is the guitar scary?
If I can tie the cutlery to the skeleton and they bang onto the guitar, then there will be an extra audio repulsion for the crows. It's a bit more ambient than I was anticipating. Piss off. How much time have I got left?
26 seconds.
Let's see if any crows come in the remaining 26 seconds.
Can you see any crows?
What? Attach your scarecrow to the stake in the paddock. If a bird lands in a Taskmaster sunflower patch in the next 4 days, you will be disqualified. Scariest scarecrow wins. Your time starts now.
I'm sorry, but this, I suppose, does imply that your 20-second test before wasn't quite enough.
Well, no, but it's filled me full of confidence. A marathon begins with the first step.
Was this the sound you were imagining?
Yeah.
What would you think if you were a crow that saw this?
I don't think I'd be able to comprehend it. Look, there's a goose or a duck or something over there, keeping its distance wisely.
It's build a scary scarecrow with a twist. What made your scarecrow scary?
There were knives and forks and things on bits of string that would clang into the guitar and scare away the birds.
There's nothing scarier than somebody getting out a guitar at a party.
Yeah.
Well, the real question is, did any birds enter the Taskmaster's sunflower patch? Thankfully, we had a motion-activated camera trained on the patch 24/7 for 4 days. So here we go.
Uh-oh.
Oh, this is a close miss.
This is so
This
fun.
is a near miss as well. A second Australasian swamp hen. But I think this bit, you could not deny that an Australasian swamp hen has stepped upon the sunflower patch.
The thing is, I thought I was making a scarecrow, not a scare Australasian swamp hen. you notice for the 4 days there wasn't a solitary crow anywhere near it.
So far we've seen Lloyd, and Lloyd was disqualified.
Yep.
Oh.
And he deserved it too. Who's terrifying some birds next?
Nothing scares these two, apart from failure, loneliness, old age, humiliation, traffic, and in Anne's case, balloons. It's Josh and Anne.
I do this with my 2-year-old. It terrifies her.
Why would you do it then?
You know, something to do, isn't it?
What do you think it's going to be?
So far I'm seeing 2 ladders, 3 hay bales,
Yeah.
and 1 oar. I have absolutely no idea.
Maybe I'll do yours. So
Yeah.
now you're sort of becoming a pig man. I'll put this over your head like that. There you are, pig man. Yeah.
You stand in front of the ladders.
Okay.
Yeah, a bit further forward. A step further forward now. You're crazy.
Joseph! An angel came to me last night and said, I'm going to have the Son of God.
Was this angel a bloke?
Yeah, big bloke. Huge bloke. Huge dick.
So you're going to do it?
Yeah.
Are you going to do it, or?
Yeah, I'm doing it.
I mean, I've got...
That was scared! That was scared! Yes!
And we're done.
I'll just blow my whistle.
Oh, is it hard?
You went like this, you went, poof.
What's this?
It's another one.
This is a little bit reminiscent of the journey to Bethlehem, probably.
Oh, it's a nice paddock.
God, you wouldn't want to be on this pregnant, would you?
Yeah, it makes you feel for Mary.
And Joseph, poor bloke.
Yeah. The first cuck.
Do you think I won?
We'll see. Thanks, Josh.
I think that's not bad. He's eaten and now he's shitting out a human.
What was the thinking there, Josh?
It wasn't clear.
No, like it seems like you just arranged some things behind Tom.
I got to tell you, it was hard to know how to make making a scarecrow entertaining.
Should we see if any Australasian swamp hens walk into the sunflower patch? So here's Josh's scarecrow. So that's Josh,
Oh, hang
who
on.
on day 2 decided to put bird seed all over the scarecrow.
But that's going to take some more explaining. I went to bed that night and I started to get worried because my scarecrow really was like a series of perches. And I thought, oh my God, I've actually made like a perfect habitat for birds. And I was so worried about that because I thought, I'm not going to win this. And then at like 2 a.m. I thought, who doesn't want to make a home for birds? That's crazy thinking. That's the kind of thinking that like a property developer or like Peter Dutton would have. Of course I want to make a home for birds. That's way better than 5 of your dumb points that you weren't going to give me anyway. So I went out there and I made a beautiful home for birds, and I feel like I've reconnected with who I am, and that's the greatest prize of all.
12 birds entered Josh's sunflower patch.
Okay, now, Anne, the pig family reminded you of Mary and Joseph.
Yeah, I don't know what. I just panicked and I put the sticky tape on my nose, and then I thought a human involved in the scarecrow could really help. So I got Tom involved, and I don't know, from there I can't tell you what happened. It just was 20 minutes of confusion and suffering, much like the birth of our Lord and Saviour.
So what about Anne? Were there any birds near her nest?
Oh, come off it.
Let's have a look.
Hello.
No swamp hens in sight?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Hello. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Come on, come on. Finish. Yay!
Well done!
Incredible.
I should say that there were no live birds, but Anne did bring a bird into the sunflower patch herself.
Did I?
Oh.
When? The bird is also getting in there.
No.
You're not going to count the fake bird, are you, Tom?
You yourself described it as a bird. Do you remember what the rationale was at the time? I think you were directing the
I was trying to
kookaburra.
put it up the zebra's ass. But am I out?
Yeah.
Tom,
No, that's not. I'm going to stand up for her.
Oh, how romantic. Oh.
Yeah, me too.
Did anyone actually scare any birds?
Well, we've got 2 contestants left. One of them is Gen X, the other is Gen E. It's Will and Jenny.
What if I could come up with a scarecrow that was like a disappointed parent?
What if it's like a cyborg scarecrow that's gonna like take everyone's like jobs and houses and stuff?
This is really coming together, Tom.
Did we choose a particular parent for this to be?
Yeah, this is Dad.
Okay.
This is going to be a tableau of like who he dreamed that I would be, which is this, versus who I actually am.
He wanted you to be a cow?
This is like a visual metaphor, I guess, for not taking over the dairy farm.
Is there a green screen around here? Oh, and you have my job.
Oh, not my job as well.
Oh no! Oh my God! And it has Tom Gleeson's job as well, and it's the new Taskmaster, and it's got this monkey mask that really evokes Planet of the Apes and a dystopic future. Ah!
Yeah, what's the monkey mask about again?
It's a Planet of the Apes reference.
Oh, okay.
And you know, it's also kind of got a monobrow, and monobrows are scary.
Tom, I've got to be honest with you. I didn't know this, but cows cry milk.
I'm not sure if that's true.
What would you know, Tom? Did you ever disappoint your father by dressing up as a cow on national TV instead of staying on the family farm and just taking over? Did you ever?
No.
You know what scares you? Reality. And this is reality.
This is reality?
This is reality.
Ah! Oh my gosh! What am I going to do with my life? I have no fulfillment. No.
This might be my best one, I reckon.
Wow. Thanks, Will.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jenny.
Thanks, Tom.
You had a green screen there, Jenny.
Yes.
You could have put anything on it. Why not just put a scarecrow on it?
No, but like conceptually, right,
Yeah.
I was like, okay, well, I'm going to have like a dystopic future where it's like a scarecrow that's taken everyone's jobs. So conceptually, I would argue that it's a pretty scary scarecrow.
But it was supposed to be a scarecrow, so you thought that birds would be frightened of existential dread.
Well, look, I wasn't really using birds as a metric on this. I was like, well, what's the scariest thing to me? I'm the person completing the task, and it's not my fault that birds are too stupid to understand the singularity.
That is how we all interpreted it, apart from Lloyd.
Yeah, I made a scarecrow.
Yeah.
So, Will, what were you scared of there?
I brought something to this show and this scarecrow task that I probably should have just taken to my therapist. It was a lot.
All right, well, I want to see whether these scarecrows got any results, the actual results we're looking for.
Let's have a look at Jenny's.
No!
Yes, that's one swamp hen. That's a second. In fact, Jenny's sunflower patch had 14 Australasian swamp hens. 2 more than even Josh, who was deliberately trying to get swamp hens.
Tell me somebody scared a single bird.
Let's have a look at Will's. So Will, a close encounter there, but it didn't come closer. Then a dog appeared. And then a boy. A boy rode past on a dirt bike.
All right, well, 4 disqualifications, 1 winner. What does that mean for the scores, Tom?
Well, it says here the scores are, 5. Sorry, 0, 0, 0, 0, 5. Will wins the task with 5 points.
Lesser Tom, do you have more tasks lined up for us?
Sure do, though you may not move in a line. You may only move 1 square away, for you are my king. Hi, Jenny.
Hey, Tom.
Hi, Josh.
Hey, kiddo.
Hi, Lloyd.
Tilapia.
It's like a chessboard, a checkers board.
Is it sugar?
No.
Yeah, that's sugar, and that is cocoa.
Make chess cool.
Make chess cool. Impossible.
Coolest chess wins.
You have 45 minutes. Your time starts now.
What? What about if I just lick this for the 45 minutes and then you have to take me to the hospital? Nom, 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 nom. Nom, 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 nom.
This is actually a very tough task if you think about it, because I'm not convinced that this lot could make even cigarettes or sunglasses look cool. OK, and who's first?
Is he cool or a white square? It's Wil Anderson.
I could make it cool in temperature because it is already a cool game.
Okay.
These are like ice baths. Like a pawn could be like defeated, then it can come and do a little ice cold plunge. Temperature of the chess is about 24.
Okay.
Mild, but we are going to get this game of chess cold. Apparently this is a fan. You know what? That's just for you, Tom. You can just... Oh, that's nice. That's good, yeah. It's come down quite a lot already. That has already demonstrably become cooler. What's cooler than 1 guitar? 3 guitars. Fans everywhere. Temperature is cool. It's pretty cool. Don't mess with the game.
Okay.
Why are you messing with the game? The game's perfect.
Okay.
We're down to 5.4. That is as cool as I can make this game of chess.
Thanks, Will.
Thanks, Tom.
Mr. Literal over here.
Well, I think I find chess very cool as a game, so I decided to go with temperature. But you'd also notice there were guitars, and also there was like a representation of the TV character, the Fonz. That was the leather jacket with the sunglasses that was on the table. The Fonz was there, the coolest person.
You're an older contestant, and so you need an older reference.
Yes.
Will spent more than 2 minutes explaining what Happy Days was to me.
So I think you went to a lot of effort, and you tried really hard, but trying hard's not cool. It's try hard.
Oh, no, but the task wasn't to make me more cool. And in fact, some would argue that in making me uncool, chess was even cooler by comparison by being near me, the uncool person.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
I feel like...
Wow, they were more convinced by that argument than I was saying.
I noticed that too. Who's next?
Will she leave us saying, yes, queen, or oh no, what a rookie? It's Jenny Tian.
I wonder where this elite chess club is.
Stop.
I heard there's this elite chess club. Could I join it?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I heard it's like really cool and I really want to be part of it.
Maybe that would be possible if you gave me like $1 million.
I've got to spend my million on this.
Exactly $1 million. Here's your chess hat. You may enter.
Whoa.
Welcome to the most exclusive chess club. Skateboarding only.
Oh, that's so cool.
Not that I care or anything.
So nonchalant.
Fancy a game?
Why are the pieces floating?
We're in space.
Oh. Z2 to Y58.
Oh my God. Rookie, you're a genius.
Checkmate, that was so cool.
Jenny, that was pretty cool.
Yeah, thank you.
You know what I liked about it most? It was effortless.
I did have nonchalance as part of my criteria of what cool meant.
Pretty hard to fault, playing chess in outer space.
Yeah, and I had a lobster hat.
Okay, who's up next?
She puts the mate in checkmate in that I consider her a friend. It's Anne Edmonds.
Oh, thanks, Tom. Imagine you're a pawn, stuck in the same square for 10 years, desperate to take a step forward and change your life. Today, I'm going to meet a pawn who wants to do just that. I'm the Queen of Hearts and the Queen of Luxury Real Estate, and this is Make Your Move. Pawn, nice to meet you.
Thank you for having me on your show. I guess this makes me a porn star.
I'll do the jokes.
Okay.
Now, you've been living in this particular square for 10 years.
That's right.
So I'm going to show you a property today that I think is going to excite you. So let's go and see our property.
Okay.
One step forward.
Wow.
How liberating.
Okay.
Let's go.
I'm not
Come on,
legally
let's
allowed to
go.
move.
You'll be right.
Okay.
Here we have what I would describe as a beautiful moat. So you've got that castle feel.
Castles?
You don't like castles?
No, castles are very strong, very scary. I hate castles.
All right, calm down. Getting really sick of this guy. So, Pawn, we've come to the very edge of the property now. Or as we like to say in your world, the end of the board.
Oh, wow.
Step inside this square here and you can undergo a transformation.
I can become a queen?
No, even better. A horse! Go and take a look around your new wonderful property, trot it out. So that brings us to the end of another amazing episode and another pawn whose life is changed for good. I'm the Queen of Hearts and the Queen of Real Estate, and this has been Make Your Move! I'm gonna get you. I can go anywhere I want.
So what were you aiming for there, Anne?
Well, to me, there's nothing cooler than real estate shows. That's all I watch. And I thought, chess, it's boring, it's just on a board. I'm like, I need to get this out, bit of cool camera work, and maybe move chess into a luxury setting. That's cool.
Yeah, I mean, when I think of cool, I think of Steve McQueen, old reference for Will. I don't think reality show or talking about property.
Yeah.
People don't duck behind the bike sheds at school to peruse the real estate pages in the local paper, if they exist.
And yeah, I used to, but...
All right, who's next?
I call him the Knight because I don't see him going straight anytime soon. It's Josh Thomas.
Clean.
The
Well, Josh, I think that was very cool.
It was cool.
I thought it was really cool, and I really liked the catch cries, get the sword, good idea.
Yeah.
But was it chess?
They were the chess pieces. Hey, King, I'm coming to get you. Here's the sword. They took down the... Wait, there was a narrative. They were chess pieces coming to kill the king.
Yeah, there are no swords in chess.
Sometimes one of them's holding a sword. Some chess pieces will be holding a sword.
No, I don't think so.
But when you play chess, you're sort of imagining some sort of theoretical battle. And I was doing the theoretical battle, which is, without that, it's just, what is it? It's checkers.
I don't know, all the pieces are all in a row. They just walked across the board
So
in a horizontal
So
line.
you wanted me to do a dance routine where I just went like this?
It would have been a lot more chess-like.
But you understand that... How am I the autistic one? It's not supposed to be literal. It's supposed to be like an idea or like an advertisement. It's like you're giving it... Everybody is on my side on this.
All right, there's one more, is there?
Correct. He's no LL Cool J, but he is LLOYD. It's Lloyd Langford.
What is my likelihood of us getting real horses?
I'm going to guess relatively low.
So this is the new chess I've invented. It's exactly the same as normal chess, but we're on horseback.
Yep.
And if your horse moves, you have to then move the horse character on the board. Oh.
OK. So you have to move your horse. Next move.
Yeah, but I think white saddle goes first.
OK, I move the pawn in front of my king forward 2 spots.
I'll move my...
Sorry?
I'll move the horse nearer my queen, up 2 and then to the left 1.
I'm going to move my bishop out so it's in line with the pawn. Do you have to move your horse again because your horse moved?
My horse doesn't stop moving.
Exactly.
This is mainly going to be a horse-based game for me.
I think so.
Maybe I could come over to you and we could converse.
Yeah. No, I'm off and away. Whoa,
Go on, Benson, let's go.
Help, Lloyd.
I'll come and rescue you now. Wait a second.
Lloyd, you've got to move your horse.
I'm trying to.
No, I'm talking about the chess game.
I'll be frank with you. I think I'm going to abandon the game of chess.
OK.
I think the horses want to see each other.
Yeah. Lloyd, your time is up, but I don't want to blow a whistle because I'm scared of what the horses will do.
I think that's entirely understandable.
Do you know how to ride a horse, Lloyd?
I don't know how to ride a horse, and worryingly, when the women came with the horses, the horse women, they said it's not a legal requirement for you to wear a helmet. And then also Tom told me that they can smell fear. The horse is not the horse ladies.
They were definitely playing chess, and also you both didn't have a helmet on. That's pretty cool.
And we, after we rode the horses, we both got off with the horse ladies.
Well, I got off with the horse, so...
Thank you.
All right, well, who made chess the coolest is pretty much all it comes down to. So that's pretty easy. Josh gets 1.
OK.
Because, well, it was really, really cool, but out of all the representations of chess, it was the least chess-like. I'm going to give 2 points to Will because that was just a bit try-hard. 3 points to Anne because, again, great chess, but I don't find property or reality shows cool.
That's your problem. I don't find hard quiz cool, but, you know.
You don't have to, the majority do. But then I'm giving 4 points to Lloyd because having actual horses and riding them around is a big risk, but no helmets, very cool. 5 points to Jenny because outer space chess is without doubt cool. So how does that shake up the overall scores?
Well, Josh is on 5, Jenny has 8, Anne and Lloyd both on 11, but the king of the board is Will on 15 points.
OK. All right, so there's still something at stake. I think we should have a live task then. Get on stage, everyone. All right, Lisa, Tom, looks like a cool disco. Why do they have headphones on?
Oh, not me. Dance in the silent disco. Oh. If the Taskmaster correctly guesses that you are dancing to no music, you are eliminated. Last person still dancing in the silent disco wins. A bonus point for best overall dancing will be given.
Should I describe what's going to happen?
Yes.
You're all going to put your headphones on and music's going to play in 4 out of the 5 sets of headphones. So one person is going to be hearing no music. That person needs to pretend they're hearing music. The Taskmaster is going to try to guess who didn't have the music. If he successfully guesses you, you're out. Then we just have another round.
Seems a little humiliating.
All right, guys, I'm going to cue a track.
Well, there seemed to be an obvious one. So I'm thinking Lloyd had no music.
That is incorrect.
Oh!
All right, we're set for round 2. Here's the track.
Lloyd took the longest to start dancing, so I'm going to say Lloyd.
That is correct. Lloyd is eliminated. All right, here's the next track.
I did notice that Josh was intently watching the other people dancing, like he was trying to duplicate their dance, so I'm saying Josh.
That is correct. Josh is eliminated. Yes! Get ready for your next track.
I feel like they were dancing to YMCA, so now I have to decide whether Anne or Will were choosing not to do the moves. I'm going to go with Will.
That is correct. Oh. Will is eliminated. All right, here's the next track.
I feel that Anne was performing mime, so I suspect it was Anne.
That is incorrect.
Yeah!
Here's the next track.
That was definitely Anne.
That is incorrect.
Oh!
No! All right, here's the next song.
I'm starting to feel like this is a task for me. Probability would suggest that it must now be Anne.
That is correct. Anne is eliminated. Jenny Tian is our winner.
Nice one.
Congratulations, Jenny. Come on down, everyone. All right, do what you do best, Lesser Tom. Summarise that highbrow entertainment in numbers.
Well, on 1 point, we had Lloyd with his robot strategy, then 2 points for Josh, 3 for Will, 4 for Anne, and the winner of the task was Jenny with 5 points. Before we continue, though, you need to dole out a bonus point for the best overall dancing.
Anne.
Queen.
So what does that mean for our overall episode scores?
Much like the nepotism child of a celebrity, they got an early head start. Our winner of episode 1 with 18 points is Wil Anderson!
All right, Wil Anderson wins. Get on stage. A bounty of confusingly named objects are yours to collect. And make sure you share the chlamydia with everyone else. That's that's all we have tonight. It's been a thrilling start. We've learnt the Taskmaster retreat is haunted by a spooky bikey boy. And we've learnt sometimes the funniest thing is Lesser Tom absolutely stacking it on some sauce. But most of all, we've learnt that the winner of episode 1 is Wil Anderson.
Yay! Hello. What now?
Breathe!
You mother...
And I feel like a lot went wrong for you.
I was like really attracted to it.
For more Taskmaster, subscribe now.